everyone, I'm Malaysian from KLGadgetTV, and today, right now, we are here at the ASUS booth at Computex Taipei. So as you can see, there are so many people at the booth. Everyone is just really excited to see what ASUS has to offer with the Zenfone 3 variants, all three of them. So let's go and take a look at what they are showing off in their booth. Come on.
As mentioned yesterday, the Zenfone 3 Deluxe comes in three colors. We have here the set colors in what laymen would call it as dark grey, gold and silver. Now Zenfone 3 Deluxe is really good looking, and comparing with the Zenfone 3 in terms of design, they look totally different. While the Zenfone 3 Deluxe has a full metal back with sharp edges, now the Zenfone 3 has a glass front and back instead, surrounded by a metal frame. Now somehow the Zenfone 3 Deluxe feels similar to the premium brushed metal devices like those from Huawei and HTC, just to name a few. We managed to pull out the SIM tray, and as you can see, there are two slots here. One for 1 nano SIM, and another slot is a nano SIM and micro SD hybrid. Anyway, ASUS did compare the Zenfone 3 to the iPhone quite frequently, with even a side-by-side comparison using the Zenfone 3 and iPhone 6s Plus's camera. As you can see, the quality of the photos are comparable even though they are both from different market segments and price range. Now ASUS has also improved its optical image stabilizers and electronic stabilizers, and when comparing with the iPhone 6s, the Zenfone 3 is more stable. Now all the Zenfone 3s are using Sony Sensors, however they are using different sensors. Now the Deluxe and the Ultra are both using Sony IMX318 sensor, while the Zenfone 3 is using a Sony IMX298 sensor. We can only make an actual comparison when we are able to extract the photos and do a side-by-side comparison. Now let's look at the camera functions. Now the camera functions of the Zenfone 3 series are quite similar, however the Deluxe has more settings to play around with. On top of that, the Zenfone 3 Deluxe offers a higher megapixel count at 23 megapixels, while the Zenfone 3 is at 16 megapixels max. One thing I'm really happy about is that they don't decrease the megapixel count when changing from 4:3 ratio to 16:9 ratio, which a lot of other devices tend to do. Now on screen we can see that the photos are sharp even after zooming in. Compared to the Zenfone 2, the camera has been bumped up quite a bit, with Sony Sensors making the photos sharper with no noticeable graininess or smoothed out pixels to trick you into thinking your photo is sharp. Now another interesting new camera feature is the children function, where the phone will play sounds to attract the attention of the child to look at the camera. Now sounds range from animal to vehicle sounds, and you can even add new sounds as well, although only 4 will be shown at the quick launch. As I was scrolling through the Zenfones, I realized there is this floating head hiding at the corner. Now apparently this is a new feature called Zen Life that looks like a new sticker of sorts. How does it work, and whether is it based on a community or whether we have the freedom to add our own channels or not? Well, even those at ASUS can't really answer me on that. So we will just try to find out an update once we get the answers. Lastly, here is the Zenfone 3 Ultra. There isn't very much to say about this other than it's somewhat like a larger version of a mesh between the Zenfone 3 Deluxe and the Zenfone 3. How so? Well, the camera is very much like the Deluxe, but specs wise, it is like a mid-ranger just like the Zenfone 3. The volume rocker design is just like the Zenfone 2 at the back, while the fingerprint sensor is placed on the physical button in the front that looks almost identical to the one you see on Samsung.
So that's it for the ASUS Zenfone 3 hands-on video. We hope you enjoy it. Do also check out our other videos on the Computex exhibition right here in Taipei. So for the Zenfone 3 review, you just have to wait to get our hands on the retail version. But until then, this is Alicia signing off. Bye bye.